Hello, IK here. Welcome to read of the CRUD acronym, and this video is about read, and it is a read in three applications. This one, what you see on the screen, to see on the screen, it is almost it is the same CRUD, but it is interesting in coding. Here, this application, there is no Redux, only React. But all three applications have remote data on a remote server. And it would be interesting without Redux, only React, how read remote data. And after that, here it is application with Redux and application with Redux. And this one is application with Redux, but not to remote server, only in memory. What we created would be lose after switch off our computer. Okay, here it is. How process of read, feature read, means get data on the screen that we can start interaction with the user interface. And in our situation, that data is array posts. A member of that array is posts. And here is without Redux. Here is without Redux. Submit, delete, update. This is a update. Look at it's okay. And let's see a refresh. Make refresh. How from refresh how data coming, how that post coming coming here. Let's see. Here it is. Here it is. Index. We must start from our entering address of React application, and after entering address in React application, first loaded public index HTML. In every of these three applications, this same coding. There is in body only this one element, HTML element, interesting for us. Through that, the ID root would be all actual document object model visible on the screen. React, result of React, production of React is more component, it is web page. And that web page, it is actual document object model and would be visible in some places in browser through this element. Would not be visible in source view, but React use this element, div root, to show actual document object model in all three applications. Here is the application without Redux. Okay. After loading index.html, follow loading index.js. Again, same, almost same for all three. But Redux application with Redux, there is a provider element. Provider element wrap our fundamental app component. Here we have not Redux and there is no provider. And root is our React application. Here is created root, created by create root function and parameter container. What is container? Look at container is get element by ID root. Document here, document which document? But document what loaded before index.js. It is index.html. And get element by ID, it is a method with the parameter root. It means that container of document object model, our React application, would be in div ID equal root. And here it is declared. Root, it is React. And React root, there is a method render and activate rendering of app fundamental application. And let's see app fundamental component. Here it is. There is only post list, component post list. But it means that on the component post list, we have add new post also. Add new post also. And of course, we have update post also, add post component and update component. But this moment is important read part of CRUD, and we concentrate on that process. Look in post list now. We look at in post list because app rendered, but child post list would be rendered before app. When finished rendering of post list, finished rendering of app, and we see on the screen what we see. Post list, here it is, post list. For us is interesting. Look at here is add post form. Add post form is here, and we see on the screen add post form is here. It is title and content. And it is also we import update post, etc. But again, interesting for us is reading. And for reading is important this structured assignment. Use state, hook, return variable post and function set post. It means it is local. It is a local state. Only one state now interesting for us is it is post. Other state of this is not important for reading. And that post, look down, we need asynchronous function fetch post. And after first initial reading post would be empty array. But after that, happened, the component was mounted event, and that event call use effect. It is like side effect, and that side effect call in arrow function. We call arrow function in body call fetch post function, and fetch post function is visible here. Here is a fetch post function. What does it? Fetch post, it is without Redux. JavaScript, there is a possibility to go asynchronous. and JavaScript work in single thread, synchronized, but can can go asynchron also. And here is activation of asynchron, constant response, await, await, await Axios, get, Axios library, method get, it is request, it is address of our endpoint of project. Here is the project post one, here it is, and response would be post from remote server. It is request get, response is constant post equal response data. Response data would be post from remote server, and set post parameter post, it means that our empty post in initial rendering now is full of post, ready to be shown on the screen. And all other is no, it is finished. It means two rendering. We have here two rendering, and we see on the screen. It is because of this we see on the screen all posts. Local state and use state. Use state hook is state manager, and we see now how it is very simple to get data from remote server. And when we're thinking about Redux, Redux give us only function, middleware and function tank, give us create asynchron tank, and that create asynchron tank function wrap this process, this asynchron process, wrap inside, and also have this asynchron process return promise, and the result promise give us this. This response catch promise and object promise give us this response dot data, and we with this function set post we changes, but it is immutable way. It is not directly changes, but immutable way changes, and all that creates set post. And also this statement set post call component for re-rendering, and it is it happens re-rendering. Here in this moment happened re-rendering. First rendering is initial rendering, and second rendering is because of this, because of this. It is very simple, and for simple applications, simple solution. But I like work tank, use Redux on the simplest like this, and because of that I have two more applications, but with Redux. I won't use Redux on this simple for learning, because on the simple example we better learn. Okay, now let's see that read in this application. Here it is, application 470, and would be address below in description. you can clone and download clone and to see all features, and this is what I speak about. And second here, this is tank function, tank application, React Redux. And here we have remote data, like application before, remote mock server. And okay, let's go. How that function function from beginning. Here it is tank, okay. We enter address and public load index HTML, but totally entire same. There is no difference from before. We have again this div ID root. After loading it, start loading index.js. It is always from first day of JavaScript. Go ahead document HTML, and after that go JavaScript. And because JavaScript manipulate with element in like here, use this element to show actual document object model, React, there is a 3 document object model, single page document model, index.html, it is what we see through view source file. I call it single page application. It is single page document object model. Actual document object model, what is shown through this div, and a virtual document object model, what is now show anything, but it is it is running, it is some light version, what like sensor in any changes, and compare that changes with actual. If the difference exists, virtual document object change actual document object in the new version. There is algorithm what control of that. I think it's calling reconciliation algorithm. Not important for us that knowledge about that, but important knowledge about 3 document object model. Okay, and now in index.js, we see same, but provider is here. Provider element, React element, wrap our fundamental component up. It means that provider name said that provider what provider Redux to our React. Here is React method render wrap with provider, because provider coming from React Redux, provider coming from package React Redux, provider connect React with Redux, and provider there is a props store, and here is a store. Provider construct in memory install Redux with store and reducer, and install initial value, and after that start rendering. And component what is subscribed to global state, here is it is object post, and the component post list is subscribed by use selector subscribe to global, would be it would be initial state in initial rendering, would be initial state what is created here before any component start rendering. It is post slice file. In post slice file, we have a configuration of a reducer with state, global state object post, and with the input state, copy of that state and action. But that initial is important to have state, and rendering, initial rendering post list would be connected to that state. Okay, we go to up, but initial render. Okay, first let's go to see app.js component. App.js. Here is add post form. Not interesting. There is only initial rendering, and all is up to date in front of our eyes on the screen. But post list waiting. Post list, there is all three times rendered to see actual document object, to see state from global state, but that state must coming from a remote server, must coming to a Redux store. How? We will see now. Post list, look at in post list. Again, oh, here it is post list. In this file, we have two components. Component only one post for one post and component for post list. Here is a post list, and now interesting only this. It is properties of post state. Post state in reducer, there is three properties. State post, there is three properties, but for us it's interesting now this one, post, is connected directly to use selector, and initial rendering of post list would be by this use selector. Use selector is connected to a global state, to Redux post, and immediately in initial rendering, that initial state, concretely properties post, would be value of constant post. Constant post is declaration of state here, constant post, equal instantiate, declare and instantiate by user selector. User selector is hook, what connected the global reducer state with this constant post. And in initial, it is empty post. There is nothing, and we don't see nothing. But after initial post, we have use effect. And use effect in this logical statement, dispatch fetch post. Dispatch fetch post, and that fetch post here, it is action creator, but not one action, but two action. Fetch post create two action creator, two action. And here this order means dispatch two action creator. And it is fetch post job. And fetch post is asynchron tank, asynchron, create asynchron tank function. And that create asynchron tank create that fetch post is tank which can dispatch two action type pending and action type fulfilled if all is okay. If not, action type rejected. But for us, interesting, action type fulfilled. It means that posts from remote server coming to Redux. Dispatch always means dispatch to store because dispatch is method of store. And two action type pending and action type fulfilled go to Redux. And when fulfilled, after fulfilled, it means there is post full of post, and that post go inside like props in post excerpt, and we have a map list of post excerpt. One post, one rendering. Post excerpt component would be rendered times how many posts in posts exist. Okay, post excerpt rendering, and we see what we see, but rendering post excerpt is here visible in return. Here it is content equal posts, it is array, and the map, and here is post by post go in post excerpt, and how many posts, so many post excerpt would be rendered, and we see all posts. We see that all posts in a list of posts on our screen. It is a story about read in React Redux application. Tank 1, it is tank 1. Okay, it means read must get post from remote server. Now, application, third one, this one, 454, and here it is. This application have data in memory of our devices, and when we switch off, there is no this data, and we don't need asynchronous process, we don't need tank, we don't need create asynchronous tank function, and we don't need asynchronous process anytime. And here is all synchronized. When we add some post, save post, it is go synchronize single thread path in JavaScript. Don't go out, go to Redux in our device and go to existing post like push, but IMER library will change existing state on immutable way. And okay, save post, and we see here it is, and we can delete, etc. How now we see But when I refresh, there is a no. Only second post and first post, it is hard embed in our post slice. In post slice, we have initial state, hard enter it, hard scripting, uh, second post and first post, and we see that in initial rendering. Now, let's see that process again. Entering web address, first loading public index.html. Entire same as all other. And we have again here div element for actual document object model of React. And index is the same as for every React Redux index.js. Go second. Here it is. Here is a lot of component, and we need a router. About router, I talk in special video. Now concentrate only on read process and post state. Because here there is a comment, replies, etc. Users. For us is interesting post, array post. Look at it is important. Provider, we have provider, we have create root, we have store, and we have app. But browser, for router, it is important all this. And here is our constant root. Here is in one row, in one statement, create root, and the parameter is document. Didn't create separate variable container, but in parameter of create root, go document. What is document? It is HTML, index HTML, and method get element by ID, get element named root. And it is same as we see. And here it is render. We have provider wrap our app, but together with the router option. And this is important. Provider wrap and provider first execute. And in that execution, it is props store. It is a store. And store, this store is complete Redux. It is main part of Redux, and in that store we have a reducer from post slice. From post slice configuration file for reducer post. And start rendering of app, fundamental component, and we can go to see index. Here is interesting. In index, we see add post and post list. In index, it means that on the component app, at first, because of that is index element, at first what we call would be add post form and post list. And for us is interesting post list, rendering of post list. And we let's go to see post list. Now, don't need go asynchronous. There is no tank, only Redux. And look at post list. Post list. Post list. post list. Here it is. Post list. Here it is. Post list. Again, user selector is connected on to post. But here we have no status and error. We have only post. It is array. We have not in global, in Redux, in reducer, object post with post properties, array, status and error. No, but only array post. And again, connected user selector, connect our variable post with global variable. From global, from reducer, we have changes here local changes. All changes happen in reducer. Reducer changes our post and it changes in immutable way. And every change is immediately visible in value of our post. It is synchronized and look at after initial rendering, we will see initial state. It is to post. We will see initial state. And we don't post list. Look at, we don't need use effect. Use effect we use for side effect. It is from side. Side effect is remote server. Data on remote server, go up asynchronous. Here, no. Initial rendering will see what store is created from post slice and rendering a list this statement in initial rendering see what's in to post, what is in post slice. To see to post what see in post slice and look at in here I have not separate component for one post, but here we have manipulation little with that. Look at we declare order the post equal post, and with this method slice and sort, we configure order list descending. Last post would be first visible. Okay. And what we want to see is this ordered post. We don't see post, but ordered post. And we see that here it is, would be visible. Rendered post. Pardon? Yeah, I spoke about ordered. Ordered post change order list. This post. Change order list descending. Ordered post, get down. Yeah, there is no list without map. Rendered post is ordered post, descending order, map, method map, and arrow function as parameter of map would be this article repeating every post one article, same repeating this article, post title, post content, and all others what we what we see here. But I said we concentrate on post title and post content. Here it is. And in this article, uh, if we have two posts, it would be repeating. But all that happened in one rendering. There is no need for use effect. There is no need because there is no side effect. There is no server remote. All happened in memory of our device. Okay, okay. All three application. And here it is rendered, post is visible. Here it is, return is only this rendered post, and we see post. All three application would be address of that in Git repository would be in description below video, and clone it and learn it. Be slow, don't fast. Get in back, not ahead, and repeat and repeat. It is something unbelievable. What you discover if you stay on the place, on the same place, and better back than ahead. Back. If you go ahead one step, you go back 5 steps, and always like that. Repeat and repeat and repeat, and ask, because every statement in React Redux is a big story. Why? Because we code only our goal, our target, but we don't script, we don't code path, how to get that goal. And it is that script, every statement, like falling down from the sky, from the blue sky, fallen down and it is impossible memorize. You must it understand, and for understand it, you know what? One statement, one day, and again after finished all statement, again one statement, one day, and again and again and again. My book would be only about tank, one page, crude, create, read, update, delete, and short as possible short. Why? Because I learn a long time. I am in this video, you can see first video, not a playlist, but I have in Croatian also, and before that Angular, and I think I 3 years in this every day. Record video, learning, and all that my learning go in a very think book, because long learning, think book, short learning, big book, and it is like that. And I want to create a think book with a concise every sentence, but every sentence what said a lot about concretely explanation, and all it because of declarative programming. Declarative programming was big confusion for me, and I only my idea is that you have, if you have confused like me, that you resolve that confusion, that you know, okay, I must meet with big confusion, and this book said no confusion, and you test that, you test that, but you don't need book if you like. In the book would be nothing what I didn't said here in this video, but book would be thinner than this video, because book is writing and thinking about that, and the edit, shortage, delete, and you have times, but here in record it is free speech about explanation, and in every part of my explanation, I think I wasn't clear, and again repeat same, maybe with other words, but better say with the same words but different sentence. Okay. Okay, I spoke, I told all for this video what I think. It is a read feature, three applications. There is, every application is crude. It is four features: create post, read post, update post, and delete post. And this video is about read, and it is very interesting that we can have three applications. First was without Redux, but data is in a remote mock server. Second is with Redux, but data is in memory. And the third is with Redux, but data is in remote server. We see that we have asynchronous processing first, but it is JavaScript. And why we need Tank when Redux go to remote? We need Tank because Redux don't understand synchronized process, asynchronous process. Redux understand only synchronized, what exists in application where data is in memory. But when data is in remote server, create asynchronous Tank function, wrap asynchronous request axios.get and promise inside, and we have what we have, that Tank and pending type action fulfilled. Why we need that action pending? It is for Redux, inform Redux what happened with data in asynchronous process. Tank inform Redux, and every information to Redux means developer that create a user interface. For example, pending type is always sign or animation or text loading. We're waiting. Pending time is waiting. What would happen? How we have fulfilled? Maybe we have an error. And, in that moment, action is rejected. And it is the reason why we need Tank. That our hard state manager, Redux, know in every step in asynchronous process that know what happened with the data and happened pending, fulfilled, or rejected. It is a reason for that Tank and the middleware in this that situation. Okay. Okay, it's all for this video. Next video would be about create post in this three application, create post. You be patient. If you are patient, you will learn. Excellent, excellent. And patient means one step ahead, 10 step back, and again, 10 step back, and go through that 10 step. And as many times as possible as you need, like that. It is very, very important to ask yourself in every statement, what happened? What happened here? What happened here? And there is a lot of layers what happened here. For example, every map is a closure effect. It means that map function is this arrow function is a closed function. Arrow function is a closed function. Here it is. And this is in body. But this post from array ordered post, one by one, go in function map. It is a lexical environment. It is a map. And the post go in map. But closed function, child function, is this arrow function. Arrow function is child of map. And the child of map, closed function, it is this arrow function is closed function. This arrow function have access to map function. And it is the reason that this post is possible here in like parameter of arrow. Because arrow is a child function of map. Map is outer function. Arrow function is inner function. And the rule is closure, effect closure means inner function has access to variable in outer function. And because of that outer function, map take one post. And there is that post in the body of map function. But the child, take it post from lexical environment of outer function, take it post and take it as parameter and go from parameter, go in body, here it is, and you see every position when we use post. And after first post, after that, map take second post. It is object post. Array post is array of object post. Single post is object would have ID, title, and content. And the map take second post, and arrow function take second post because of closure, give it in here inside article, and we have a second post and third post for how many posts? So many. This map function, this closure. And also that we have not only declarative, but we have functional. And because you don't see all code here, we always see method map. And inside of method map is always arrow function. And the arrow function is clear, it is complete. There is a parameter post and there is a body. This is body. But map function we don't know, we don't see what is it. We don't know code of that map. And it is reason that we code what we want. We want a map, but not interesting for code. But you must know story closure. That is a closure effect. Uh, closure, closure effect. It is not when in the functional programming, here is a function parameter of other function, post arrow function. Arrow function is a parameter of map function, map function. And also not always closure effect when you have parameter function. Not always closure. For example, uh, for example, uh, where we have it is 454 when we have a post list uh, when we have dispatch, it is add post form, for example. You look at here dispatch function, and parameter is post edit. It is action creator. It is application. We now look at in application what have data in memory of devices, and it is action. We call it action because that function would be execute inside of this parenthesis of dispatch. And after processing of this function, we will have, of this function, we will have action. Because of that, we can set dispatch action or dispatch action creator. But when we have dispatch function, we cannot set we dispatch action. We can set we dispatch to action, pending type and fulfilled or rejected type. But dispatch, and here is post edit function call. It is not closure. Here it is not closure. This post edit, nothing takes, and it is not callback also. Map is callback and closure. Why callback? And because for every post, callback arrow function. Take post, one post, callback arrow. Take other post, callback arrow. And that callback is also closure. But here it is not callback, not closure, because there is no callback. Dispatch only one times, and there is no transition from dispatch. Dispatch, there is no variable. And the post edit have title, content, user ID from our action, from our add post form state. It is a state. It is a state from add post form, and it is all that is big confusion, and because of that, every step is different. Look at this. We have here the structure. There is structure assignment, but also this is also the structure assignment, but we have only one we can set variable. But here we have two variable, but it is a variable for C on the screen because nobody have parentheses, but we know that title is variable and set title is function. Use state, return, title, and set title, variable and function. What? Change title by immutable way. We can set use state, hook function, return array with the two items. One is title variable and set title function. But here, again, we declare dispatch equal function use dispatch. It means that a use dispatch function return object dispatch. But it is that object is function because you see dispatch, there is a parenthesis, and inside of that parenthesis here we have action creator. And I record a lot of video until now, and I think I record most also same topic, because now after some years, maybe 3 years, I understand this problem and understand how it is confused, how it is big confusion in that declarative, and how it is very difficult to explain because there is no hard rule like we know, like I know until now. For example, PHP from scratch create object or procedural programming or object oriented from scratch. Every step, every create object in object method and properties and the communication between objects. Here we have a component like as object. That component, there is a function, there is a properties. That component is encapsulate again properties and method, but it is now here declarative programming, not imperative like there, functional programming, and modular programming. It is all paradigms. Modular programming is because of this import. It is import. It's all for this video. Thank you for watching this video.